first responder on the front line. I've never seen anyone with her history get so sick. Her CT scan is normal. There's something I'm missing. The life-saving question is what?
Brilliant Minds, next Monday on NBC and Peacock.
A lot of people are about to die. I need you to help save them.
We have to stop the trains. It's a very risky Hail Mary.
Once again, my brother chooses crazy.
The Irrational, Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
NBC4 News at 11.
Now at 11, we are hearing for the first time the frantic conversation between a pilot and an air traffic controller moments before the small plane crashed into a tree that you see here near the Fullerton Airport.
Fullerton Tower, mayday, making emergency landing next to the train.
It is amazing how he came down. Surveillance video from a business nearby captures the flight path as the pilot avoids that train you see on the top left-hand side, then slams directly into that tree and a fire hydrant. FAA is now investigating what caused the crash. We heard from a man who was nearby when all of this happened.
I looked up and saw an airplane, which is the flight pattern is over the buildings, and it was pretty low, and so I jumped up on the grass and I thought it was going to hit me.
The pilot and passenger were pulled from the wreckage there, rushed to a trauma center. Their exact condition unknown tonight. The plane's registration goes back to an owner in Wilmington, Delaware. Also tonight, police are going public with the arrest of this LA-based tattoo artist. He is facing felony charges of drugging and raping at least 2 women. 28-year-old goes by the name Franco Wilkerson. We're showing you the photo because police say there may be additional victims. The 2 incidents in the charges were in December of 2023 at a shop in the central Alameda area and in February in Vermont Square. If you have any information, you're asked to call the LAPD. You can remain anonymous. Tonight in Rialto, a vigil to remember 3- and 4-year-old sisters. Those young sisters were killed by a suspected DUI driver over the weekend. Family and friends gathered tonight for the vigil at the site where the crash happened on Riverside and Walnut. All of them worried about the mother mourning the loss of her 2 young children.
That's insane. It's speechless, to lose a child. And I don't even know how that would feel.
I could never even think of what type of pain she's going through. That's something only a mother could feel when you lose your kids.
Again, those little girls killed, you see them here, 4 and 3 years old. Tonight, a San Bernardino man is behind bars as he faces several charges, including murder, hit and run, and DUI. Tonight, their possible freedom delayed. Lyle and Eric Menendez appeared in a Van Nuys courtroom today via webcam for the first time in decades. However, no decisions will be made regarding their release until at least next year. During the proceedings today, the judge rescheduled their December resentencing to late January to give the county's new district attorney more time to review the case. But we are learning more about what happened inside the courtroom and the brothers' reaction. Our Robert Kovacic in studio with the latest. Robert.
Colleen, for the first time in 28 years, Eric and Lyle Menendez not only back in court, but the same courthouse where they were sentenced to life in prison without parole for killing their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez. Tonight, live on the NBC4 News at 6 o'clock, we spoke with the brothers' high-profile attorney, Mark Garagos. A technical glitch with that web link meant they could see and hear everything, but those inside of the court could not see Eric and Lyle Menendez. Garagos tells us the brothers were seated together inside of Mule State Prison during the status conference, and he spoke with them after it concluded.
After everything was recessed, I was able to talk to both of them from the prison itself, and obviously they were extremely moved, as was I. Anybody who was in that courtroom and saw what happened today and the testimony today, I think you'd have to be pretty cynical not to be moved.
That testimony was from the Menendez brothers' aunts, including Kitty Menendez's sister, Joan Vandermolen.
I do want them home. They should never have been in such situations.
The situation, as Lyle Menendez described it to me when I spoke with him from prison 7 years ago.
It was unspeakable what I was feeling as I was